Hey guys, I'm back. Fresh arrival, right out of the mailbox. We've got the Going Gear EDC Club for March. I'm pretty excited. This is only the second time I will be looking at this. Got to switch mindsets a little bit because normally when we're doing boxes and stuff, we're thinking outdoors, survival, to a lesser extent, I hate to say prepping, but you know, that is a lot of what some of the bigger boxes kind of say they're focusing to anyway. But Going Gear is an EDC focused and EDC friendly subscription. So I got to stop for a minute and think and be like, oh no, this is pocketware stuff. This is EDC stuff. And so like I said, the last time we did this, I actually was fairly happy with everything that came in it. So if you haven't seen the last unboxing, there will be an end screen little, thing you can click to go to it and check it out. But let's see. Oh, there's a big box in here. I hope it's a knife. Let's see what we got, though. Well, that's actually pretty funny. Wow. For EDC, well, okay, all right. We'll talk about it. So we got a sticker, Going Gear sticker. Nice vinyl little sticker. I am not that happy with this box. So the box costs you about $60 a month. We've got 3 items in the box this month. Their stickers, of course, just, they put it in there. I do not like this. To me, all right, so, just being honest, like I always am with everything, not that impressed this month. I don't get how this is an item for stuff. Like how this is going to help you in any EDC way. What this is going to do for you. Although it's funny to see this as an item in any box. Can you really think of a lack of uses for duct tape? I'm not sure it's the kind of thing I want in a box. I mean, okay, let's play a game. How many times will I change my mind, flip-flop, and not be able to make up my mind how I decide about what's in this box before I finally work it all out and come to a decision? Take a shot. Every time I kind of change my mind about how I feel about this particular box this month. I'll go to Walmart and buy duct tape, but the truth is, I am going to use this duct tape, and I'm probably going to use this entire roll by the time spring comes along, just doing all sorts of stuff, fixing stuff that winter has trashed, out in the woods for the little play areas that the boys have set up, Tree Point Alpha and Tree Point Bravo, which is Aiden's little tree fort setups he made. It's useful. This is useful to me. It's just not the kind of thing I'm looking for in a box. I want cool little items in a box, but I don't know. So this to me is just like, number one, Maxpedition makes cool gear, but again, this is, so yeah, I can put this Velcro PVC patch on and show everybody that this is the brand. Great. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So $4. Okay, cool. And so we have a knife. Now the knife has an MSRP of $79.95. The box being $60, you're going to give me an $80 knife. I understand the need to want to put more stuff in the thing, but just be like, hey, you paid $60 for a box. Here's an $80 knife for EDC purposes. Go nuts. You know what I mean? Anyway, QSP. I have reviewed knives from I like the box. I like shiny things. I've reviewed knives from QSP, and they have some pretty good quality. So let's just get into this guy right here. Sandvik 14 C28N. It's a good mid-range steel for an EDC knife. It's a pretty good steel. In terms of edge retention, in terms of corrosion resistance, it will do very well for EDC. Again, remembering this is an EDC box. We've got a liner lock, G10 handle, 3 and 3.37 5-inch plates, almost 3.5 inches. Here's the specs. Okay. Nice packaging, by the way. Little magnetic box. Solid foam in there. Now, you guys help me out. Honestly, what do you see here? Do you see orange or do you see red? What do you, because we were just having this discussion, me and the boys the other night, about seeing different colors a little bit differently. I see this as like an orangish color, a dark orange. But there were a couple things that I was seeing as purple that they were seeing as blue. And I know that I passed all the color blindness tests, but there was, oh, that's nice. There was absolutely no, you cannot feel any transition or any boundary between the black and the orangey red G10. That is very well done. This G10 is actually machined very, very well. I like the weight on it too. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, I knew already that there were certain things that I see as a purple color. I actually almost came to blows with a dude in weapons school because we were putting together, that's a very stressful environment. We were putting together a briefing for, you know, a graded presentation, and he kept mentioning the blue line on the PowerPoint presentation. And I said, there's no blue line, there's a purple line. And he kept saying, there's no purple line, go to the blue part. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And it turns out everybody else saw a blue part. I'm the only one who saw purple. But that's not besides the point. That's anyway. That is a gorgeous blade. That is a very, very gorgeous knife. So you got to get the, you know, the packing oil off it to really see those grind lines. But those are some beautiful, like the, oh wow. This almost has like a two-tone finish on the blade, but not really. See, now I totally understand where the EDC gear folks are coming from, feeling like we got to put more stuff in this box. But to tell you the truth, if, you know, paying $60 for the subscription, and, you know, I open it up and they're like, hey, we got you a high quality knife and that's it in this box, I'd be okay with it. And I'd say, like, cool, good enough. Don't need the other stuff. One really nicely done knife, call it good for this month. Look at the grind lines on that knife. That's a beautiful satin finish. It almost looks like a hand-rubbed finish. I'm sure it's not, but that's just, you know, that's where we are with, like, modern high-quality production systems today. Now, yeah, this is made in China, QSP, but this is like, this is a step in between, I'll say, you know, there's Wii and Civivi, and somewhere in between, in my estimation anyway, in my opinion, you know, QSP would fit right in between those two levels of quality. Of the production standards that they use are excellent. I really like QSP, and I've shown some of the videos on the channel. I've given away some QSP knives to people. They're excellent quality knives, and I personally, having experience with them, would be fine with this just being like a one good quality knife in the box kind of month. But I can understand some people saying, "What? That's all I'm getting is just one knife." But the finish on that blade is awesome. The handle is pretty comfortable, little small, but it's EDC sized again, so I'm not going to complain. Maybe could do a little bit of jimping, but again, EDC knife, not like a hard use knife or anything. So again, got to keep that in my head. Now, the literature that comes with this says the I don't know how you pronounce it, legatus. It's a custom designed by Dutch Blade Works. So there is a custom version of this knife, you know, out there in the world, but this is a production version of it, you know, produced for the masses that can't afford knives at custom prices. And a lot of companies do that with a lot of different blades. Okay guys, so I am doing an after video clip to put in because, as most of you know, I don't like to do any research. Sorry, the sun's right in my face. I'm trying to find a comfortable way to do this. I don't like to do any research or look anything up prior to recording my actual reactions on a video. And so, during the video I talked about the knife, and it was only after the video that I was able to really take the time to look it up and see what we were dealing with. And so now I know that this is honestly a lower end version of a rather expensive QSP knife that's made in partnership with a rather high-end knife designer and production company. So what we have here when they say custom, this is, I could not find this particular model. I could not find this one available anywhere else. So checking for MSPs or anything like that. What I could find were different editions of the very high-end model that was upwards anywhere of 189 up into the 250s. We're talking M390 steel, full titanium frame locks, carbon fiber, all that stuff. So when we look at this, what we're talking about is a version of not bad, but decent materials at a lower price for, again, EDC use. Now, here's the thing. So I have gone on rants against BattleBox for doing essentially a similar thing. And why is this different to me? So I'm going to explain it in a couple reasons. Number one, because this is a $60 EDC monthly box. This is not the BattleBox Pro Plus Knife of the Month. Okay? Difference here. For BattleBox to intentionally downgrade high-end stuff to pack as the Knife of the Month is an offensive slap in the face to me. But again, especially when you're laying out $160 a month for specifically the Pro Plus Knife of the Month. But in a $60 EDC box, I am not expecting them to give me a $150 knife. I am expecting them to give me EDC materials and EDC design. And I think that this fits that very well. So, while I recognize that some people might find my stance on this particular knife a little bit hypocritical, I get it, and I understand why you would think that. And so I'm going to acknowledge that off the bat. However, we're dealing with a significantly different price for the subscription, a significantly different intention regarding the knife we're getting, and the downgrade we're talking here is to at least decent materials. Okay, we're looking at, to me, Sandvik steel is a reliable working steel. 3 CR13 or 5 CR13 steel is garbage. I just want to put in this kind of after the unboxing clip because I have done a little bit of research on it. I understand better the wording on the packing slip and what the intent of this knife is. And I want to communicate that to everybody. That clip is going to be a little tight. Actually, not as bad as I thought, but still a little tight in the pocket for a while till it breaks in. Weight feels pretty good. I guess we got to get the old $100 bills out for cutting. Wow, very, very nice. The kind of excellent finish on this blade. Perfectly centered out of the box. Push button flip. Well, okay, so push button you might have some problems with, and here's why, if that's your style of flipper. Because when you press this and the blade comes out, if you don't get your finger out right away, you might get nipped a little bit by the back of the blade coming up to get you. Also, just small flipper, leverage. But light switch flip, I mean, perfect. Perfect detent for that. Not a problem. Interesting noise. Not a very... It's missing a little bit, and I don't know I can't get the word to the tip of my tongue that I'm thinking for the sound that I little tinny, maybe, but lockup is very early out of the box. Let's go ahead and give it our test. Do not believe lockup has moved. Centering has not moved. Action is still great. Lockup is still great. I very much like this knife. The color is nice for EDC purposes, of course. Great. I mean, this is a slicer right here. This is a slicing blade for all of those kind of EDC sort of tasks. And I haven't done the rating system in a while, but if I was doing that kind of stuff in terms of cool factor, this would have it. Like with these beautiful grind lines, the way this thing reflects light, the machining on the G10, this absolutely would be a conversation starting knife. You know, if you're around knife folks anyway, you take this out and people get a good view of it, they're going to want to know about it. They're going to want to see it. They're going to want to hold it. It's just pretty good. Now, as for the MSRP and how much you can find it for somewhere, I don't know, because I've never really seen this model before. But I understand now why we got this as an item and this, because truth is, I you know, like I said a couple times already, I can see why they didn't just send out, I get it why they didn't just send out one item, but I almost feel like it's a little bit silly that they just put these other little things in there, because this right here I think would be probably worth it. And a lot of people might argue that, well, it's a QSP knife, blah blah blah, but these things, I'm telling you, get your hands on one and, you know, beat it up, try it. They are pretty good. They will last. They're one of the new, you know, there's the new breed of knives come out of China. There are some companies that really want to produce nice stuff, good quality stuff coming out of there now, and they're definitely on the list. So this is, I'm very happy with this knife, and I would absolutely carry it, and I will be carrying it around for the next few days just to give it a real world test and see how it is, and, you know, maybe beyond that, it's a good looking knife. So not a lot to unbox for this month, but I feel like for a $60 monthly subscription, this knife is a damn good offering in there. And while this to me is just, I can assure you this will get used. It's not like this is a waste. It's just, to me, it's kind of like almost tongue-in-cheek, you know. Here's one of your greatest EDC tools everywhere. The only thing I think that would be funnier is if they gave you like the duct tape with the Swiss Army knife, like the two of those together, duct tape, Swiss Army knife, and a thing of crazy glue in a monthly, you know, EDC thing, and a little card that says like, "Here, go nuts." That would be pretty funny. But anyway, there you go. So really, I could just watch the reflection of light off those grind lines all day. So I'm gonna actually get like some Windex or something and clean the, you know, all the residue and all of the fingerprints I put on there off that blade, because it's just gorgeous. I love that. It's one of my favorite looks on a blade, are those really nice satin grind lines and just watching light reflect off it. It's mesmerizing for me. So what do you guys think? I have a feeling I can just imagine some names in my head and what they're going to say already, but thinking about getting just one good quality knife in the box for the value, you know, $60 a month, what do you think? And let me know. You guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. And I will be back again real soon.